Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chaos Legion this Shotgun Saturday. I was scrubbing through some games that I have to play and decided I wanted to play this one. It is a Capcom, what do they call these now? Character action game. The brief, I was considering including the opening cutscene in this little situation. But then I remember the opening cutscene is about 84,000 years long, and this is a one-shot. Basically, your storyline is... What you need to know is that my character's name is Zieg. I think they really went for the like Germanic touch for this particular entry. And I am a Knight of the Dark Glyphs. Now, what that means is that I carry a bunch of, like, different summonable legions. They look like this. Now, in this first mission, that frame rate is all game. None of that is anything else. The frame rate with Thanatos on screen is frankly violent. So you can go through your combat. You're either going to be in what they call raid mode or legion mode. So with legion mode, the legion is like manifested outwardly. And in raid mode, the legion is just providing me passive buffs. That would be raid mode right here, where you can see my energy is like around my sword. So for the first little mission, it gives you the ultimate legion in the game, Thanatos. Now there's like storyline reasons for this. Basically you lose it at the end of this first mission, and then you have to spend pretty much the rest of the game in an absurd amount of effort getting it back. So there's raid mode versus legion mode. And then among that, there is aggressive versus passive mode. So right now, Thanatos is defensive because his flame is blue, but I can switch his flame to red. He just starts teleporting around the arena, punching the hell out of it. Now, another interesting thing that I can do is I can hit triangle, and I'll do a little pulse. That triggers him to start his little combo attack. And I say his little combo attack like it's a little combo, and he did not just, like... He didn't just deliver, like, the full 3-piece and 2 biscuits. Like, he goes in for it. And every legion is different. Every legion that you get, and I think there are 9, they each have different passives. They each have different attack, like, weapon styles when they're summoned. So there's like a sword legion, a bow legion, a shield legion. There's like a claw legion. There's a bomb legion. There's a whole bunch of absolute madness. And pretty much, you power them up as you go through the game. Like in between your missions, you can get different upgrades and stuff for them. And you can gather the Thanatos chips, because like I say, his crest gets like broken and scattered, and you have to go through all the missions to find it. But it's just a really neat hack and slash game that I've always had a huge fondness for and had a lot of fun with. Ooh, so this right here is a monster spawner. So monsters will continue to spawn, and Thanatos will continue to teleport around uppercutting bitches. However, I'm going to unsummon him right now, and I'm going to go raid. Because that gives me the better 4th attack in my chain. And gives me the ability to do this. I can spend my whole soul gauge to summon Thanatos and have him just fire micro missiles at enemies. Like, it's a screen clear. So when the soul gauge is full, I can pop the soul gauge. The attack's name is the Ignorant Masses. And I love that. Like, so thematically brilliant for just like an all-powerful, like, overbearing entity of destruction. Destruction. And I hit him with my little, like, lock-on pulse. You pew. And whatever you can hit with it, you can lock onto it. And later on, there are some upgrades. One of the legions has a set of passive upgrades for it. The ability is called Prisoner. And you can use it to, like, yank people back towards yourself. Destroy the target. That's pretty much a given, my guy. I didn't turn up with the sword sheathed in dark energy with the intention of, you know, using it to cut craft paper. I wanted to cut some monsters. So, the rough storyline of this game is Sieg is a Knight of the Dark Glyphs. He's one who consumes stray souls to summon legions. He's not the only one. There is another one, and the other one's name is Victor Delacroix. Now, this mission occurs in the Sacred Capital, which has been overrun by monsters. So Delacroix has gone missing. The Sacred Apocrypha has been stolen, containing all sorts of forbidden magics. And monsters have overrun the capital. And I wonder if I will get to the... I wonder if I'll get to the little cutscene at the end of this in time. I kind of hope I do. Yeah, Prisoner will stun people. I loved when I was... especially when I first played this, I really had such a huge love for when you hit counterattacks like that. The jet blast burst effect. Death for the ignorant masses. Slick my hair back as everything dies in slow motion. I'm basically Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but with a sword. I know he had a spike at one point, but this sword is way cooler. I wanted a replica of the sword so bad when I was a kid. This was one of my favorite games. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, mate. This was one of my favorite games. I loved this game. And I would say fairly, I believe I still do love it quite a bit. It is just really, I don't know. It's really cool because it was in that sort of it was a Capcom game in that era where they were still figuring out like character action games. So, you know, they hadn't like nailed the formula for Devil May Cry just yet. Oh god, this battle sucks. This battle sucks because these big boys are ass. And there are so many of them. I'm gonna need Thanatos so damn bad for this. Alright, Thanny Spanny. Oh, why the hell I decided to call him that. That was dumb. Alright, do your combo. Wombo combo. Just devastating, boys. So I'm just like speed walking. It has that weird effect as I'm watching Zeke walk around where his the speed of him walking doesn't match the speed of the of his legs in the animation. Thanatos combo. Oh, they broke Thanatos' crest. That's no bueno. That's no bueno at all. No, prisoner him. Yeah, I need to get out of the way before he hits me with something gross. Dodge out the way. Got mad dodge rolls. But not when we need them. So when your Legion is summoned... you, if the Legion takes damage that would kill it, it will break the crest. And you won't be able to summon your Legion again until you have completely filled the soul gauge. See, I gotta try and like get in there. The big green bastard is my P1. Oh, I tried to roll out of the way and I just couldn't make it happen. Okay, but we got Thanatos back, so let's hit Ignorant Masses again. Let's stop time and use this as an opportunity to get in and do horrible, horrible things to people. They're not people, they're monsters. Do horrible things to monsters. Just cut them up. Cut them on their mouth. Alright, so this is a big part in the game where you get your first crest. It's a sword crest that allows you to summon the Guilt Legion. And these guys are neat. I always thought these cutscenes were like beautifully well rendered too. Oh, it's Victor. With his eyes all red and burning and kinda scary looking. So he pulls Thanatos out of us, casts him into the sky, blasts him into parts. And now the ultimate crest is broken. Should you manage to collect the broken fragments, then yes, then we would be able to reassemble the Thanatos crest. When you first reassemble it, he's a baby. You have to level him up to being back to that size. He's not Sephiroth. Can you tell how not Sephiroth he is? Because he isn't? Because if he was, he would be called Sephiroth.
So, what's happened to the Legion's power?
Oh yeah, taunt me all you want, buddy.
It's time to show you the abyss of the darkness.
This guy sucks. He shot dark cloud energy at us.
Sela.
Turns out it was just pocket sand.
I came to save you, but you saved me.
What did you see? Dreaming of Sela's forgiveness?
So, the way the cutscene is structured is very intentional. And just in case anybody gets weird thoughts in their head and wants to go pick up a copy of this game and go play it, there are some twists, several twists in this storyline. And not everything is as it initially seems to have been presented. So, beneath the raining sky, the ultimate crest broken. It is just us and guilt.
Dufan has been destroyed.
Dufan has been destroyed. Okay, so the Church of the Dark Glyphs has sent us to investigate 3 years after Delacroix's desertion.
Also what?
They've sent us to find out what has happened to Dufan. The city is burnt. Oh, I am indeed the punishment for your sins. I'm here to purify the three worlds.
This couldn't have been
typical evil villain megalomania right there.
Ability to make a whole city disappear, barely leaving a trace.
Oh, you know who it's gonna be.
Message found on the castle wall. It could only be him.
Him.
Doubtless. There is no time to waste. Find him.
All right. And that essentially sets up the premise of this game. We are pretty much just hunting Delacroix. Like, narratively. Okay, so our assist Midnight Punisher is fucking cool. The enchant, which is the passive, is Dark Ripper, which improves our base combo in raid mode. And each of these legions can level up their stuff with, you know, we can spend Legion XP, and Legions will gain XP separately. So if we can upgrade the passive, then we can go from just using Dark Ripper to using Rising Phoenix, which adds another strike to our base combo. Midnight Punisher is cool, and then when you increase Force, it increases the number of the Legionnaires that you can summon. Yeah, so we get Guilt, Hatred, Malice, Arrogance, Flawed, Blasphemy, and Thanatos. Some slightly questionable things there. Some of them seem to be kind of normal. Yeah, so their Force attack, they go out and they, like, do crazy saber thrusting on a dude. They start at 3 Legionnaires and Dark Ripper. Dark Ripper is a 6 attack combo. Oh, and the Phoenix Slash adds, like, fire damage onto the end of our combo. Do we buy items? We don't. That just shows us our inventory. Anyway, next stage. So, defend the Twilight City. So this is another good fun. Good fun thing. A man's hatred transformed a town into ruins. A knight, a bearer of dark glyphs, sets out on a journey to fell a man whom he once called a friend. In the shadows, on a street corner in an abandoned town, the dark, insidious malice awaits for the night. Grammatically, that should just be awaits the night. But, apparently, grammar went out the window. I mean, look, it's not perfect. In the PS2 era, you know, there was a lot of stuff going on. But it was really cool for what it was. I had a great time with this game. I played this thing to completion multiple times. There is a whole segment where you get to play as a support character who has a completely different combat mechanic. I tried to prisoner him, but I couldn't get it in there. So that's Midnight Punisher, by the way. We do like a dashing cut, and then whatever we hit, the Legion momentarily summons, also hits it. So I dash through him, and then the swordsman materialize to do a second dash through them, and it's cool as hell when it hits. And it can be upgraded later, like, quite significant. I'm trying to summon legions. I am trying to summon the forces of darkness to fight alongside me, y'all. Okay, so in their current configuration, they will sort of, like, they will move around, they will seek out targets and attack. And if I hit their command, they do this, like, little combo thing, which, as you level up their stuff, that attack gets more and more effective. So when you've got 5 guys, and you see when they do like slash, and then this like machine gun drilling slash with their sabers, that gets absolutely berserk later on. They will juggle they'll juggle dudes like absolute crazy. Don't worry about minor visual artifacts. You see nothing. And I love the weight that last hit in that combo strikes with. Like, it's heavy. Bang! Like, and especially when you catch anybody as part of a counter. So you get the jet counter. Oh, God. Like, it feels so heavy and satisfying. Like, when you're really smacking dudes around, it's just like you're just bouncing them off of walls, you're launching them into the stratosphere, and they love it. And to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my memory, there's no block button. There are a lot of really cool abilities and stuff that you get later on. Rising Phoenix is pretty crazy. because of the power of setting things on fire and then launching them into other things so that all of those things also go on fire. I mean, you might be thinking that that sounds like an effective way to cleanse, you know, an infested city of monsters. And if that is something you were thinking, then I'm here to tell you that you're absolutely correct. Your opinions are valid. Your beliefs are justified. You are vindicated. Midnight Punisher. Oh, so good. Wreck 'em. Wreck 'em all. Wreck every one of them. Bang. Ugh. That combo, though. And now here we find the second of our two basic crests. These are the two that the game hands you right at the start. Or, no, that was a Thanatos chip. The other one we will get. There are two legions that are kind of like your main ones that the game kind of hands you right at the start. They're the important ones. They're the ones that you really can't live without. So you get Guilt, the Sword Legion, and then you get Malice, the Bow Legion. It says Bow Legion. They use like a fully automatic crossbow, and it's pretty sweet. Don't interrupt my combos, bro, or you will get blasted by the Dark Ripper. Bang! Just lays him out. Bow. Like, I like this game. I like this game a lot. The storyline is like anime as hell, and I love it for that. Strictly speaking, it's actually pretty absurd. There's a lot of weird plot holes that just don't make sense to me. But I don't mind it. Because it is very charming in its own... Oh, I should have, like, moved out of the way of that. Alright. I just had to give him the Midnight... Was it the Midnight Punisher? I just needed to... I needed to burn up my... burn up my soul gauge and just tear that guy in half. And it was good. It was a good time. Oh, yeah, wait. Okay, boss fight. Boss fight. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to beat this boss. I remember it being very important to maintain a lock-on, roll a lot. Right. Because I can't hit him. Can't hit him low. I have to jump attack him. And I know what you're thinking looking at this guy. You're like, I bet you there's going to be a sequence where he will charge at me. And I can dodge out of the way and get him to hit a wall. Well, you would be wrong, because to the best of my memory, that is not a thing that happens here. I just really have to stay out of the way of his attacks. He has so much health, and then he summons these little BAMs. He summons BAMs. How rude can you get? Like, enough with the ads. And then he'll do the swipe around. I know I really should not have those guys actually summoned. I love the electrical effect that's all around him. It's kind of funny that literally is just my lock-on. He's gonna do his like spinning slash here, probably in a minute. Or he'll go into where he starts doing patterns of 3 dives. 3 like big lunges. If he hits me with that friggin' sword right there, ow. Uncool. Don't appreciate that. So I'm not sure about the decision to make it where I have to jump hit him. This battle feels very clunky because of that mechanic. How just his legs deflect attacks. Oh, don't do the big stab. Don't do the big stab. How come he didn't take damage from his bombs? I thought I was being really intelligent. I thought I was going full, like, high IQ. Oh god, I cannot take too many more of these hits, dude. I've only got one more life recovery, crystal gem guy. Just gotta stay super frosty. Gotta stay super frosty. That is not frosty. Wendy's would have a fit. Because that definitely ain't no frosty. Yeah, I'm getting so lazy. Getting lazy and I need to stop it. I need to be more gooderer. More gooderer at video game. Like, the trick is kind of like, I feel like it's to sort of jump the angle behind him. Then tag him in the noggin. I also have to absolutely not lose track of where he's at. Otherwise, I will get lunged on like that. Ow. No hit eye, sir. No hit eye. How you like a little Midnight Punisher in your life? That super sounds like a clumsy pickup line. Oh, I landed it as a counter. That's beautiful. I love that. Because you get the, like, you get the really sweet, like, jet stream counter noise. Alright, I defeated all of his minions. Now he's just going to be a giant tool about everything. He summoned more minions. I don't have any more life items. Oh god. This is going to be super terrible. We can go Legion mode. Oh yeah. I could send the boys to go take care of his goofy ass. While I just focus on dodging attacks and they get stomped on. Oh yeah, they brought him down. Look at this. Go on. Go on, we almost there. We almost there. I should have been sending my legions the entire time. I used the assault, I used the attack command to send them closer to him to get them away. They would have returned to me and been hit by the bombs. But I decided to send them in there. Okay, yeah. Now we get the Malice Legion. Which is our bow legion, and they do a lot of really cool stuff. So there you go, I killed 90. My smash count was 92. I got a rank B. It's not the worst thing in the world. We got an XP gem. And this shows you the Legion Malice. Their assist is called Great Depression. The enchantment is Prisoner. That allows us to do some interesting other stuff. Which, if I remember rightly, the Legion action for Malice, their force attack, yeah, they get like a sniper shot. Great Depression, Sieg like does an upward slice and launches an enemy into the sky, and then they juggle it with like rapid fire arrow shots. And Prisoner is you hit him with your lock-on bolt, and then you hold it, and he'll yank an enemy towards himself. Which is just like, it's just really cool. This game is so cool. I don't think it got zero love. I think this got some degree of love. I think people were into it. But if anybody forgot about it and wants to go back and play this game's name is Chaos Legion. It is super, super fun. It is very much what it is. There's less puzzles and stuff than Devil May Cry. Like, the early Devil May Cry games had a lot of, like, weird puzzle stages and stuff. But I didn't think that was really their strength. I think it was all in the combat. And the combat here is, like, very weighty and very satisfying. And I think it's a cool thing that if you're into character action games, or what get otherwise called style fighters, you should go and check it out. Because I think it's an important step in the history of these types of games. And the Legion system really kind of stepped outside of the established format for how people were doing those kind of games at the time, and gave us like a whole new flavor and a whole new depth of like weird strategy. Like, you could see how much I was struggling on that boss, and then I summoned my legions because that's the right thing to do in that situation, and they just took care of business. Some other times it does not benefit you to have them summoned and available, and you want to go one man, and I just thought that was a really cool system that I had a lot of fun with. So go check it out. That's Chaos Legion. And if you want to see what I can drag out of my brain next week, then you'll have to join me on that episode, because for now, I have been Kade. This has been Chaos Legion. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.